Welcome back to the Yeet tutorials. In this tutorial, we take a detailed look at the navigation area, work with nodes and masks, and build a structured menu setup for our project. In the navigation area, we see our sidebar on the left. Here we can switch between the navigation tree and the masks. We will come back to the masks in a moment. Inside the navigation tree, we can search through our pages. Below that, we see all pages that have been created in the project. When we click on the home page, a preview appears in the center. This makes orientation and structuring much easier. On the right side, we find the settings for the selected page. Here we can change the name. We also see the option Source Page Load, which we will cover shortly. In addition, we can assign a menu to the page. In my case, the template Basic Left Burger is already assigned. We can define a default page. For this example, we set the home page as the default. We can also hide the page within the menu. Below that, we find the full path option. Here we see the current route to the page. In complex projects, this path can become quite long. Using full path, we can define a custom, shorter route. In the lower section, we can set the size of our menu. On the left side, we can also create nodes. A node is a structural element within the menu, but not an independent page. We create a new node and name it Lists. We move it upward to make the structure clearer. The issue is, since a node is not a real page, the page above it would open by default. To control this behavior, I created a placeholder page. This page should not appear in the menu. Within the node, under Page Load, we now assign the ID of that page, in this case 5. In the preview, we can now see that when we click on the node, the defined page is loaded. Next, we fill the node. Using drag and drop, we move our two lists into it. Both should remain on the same hierarchy level. For comparison later, we also drag our application page as a subpage under the home page. This way, we can clearly see the difference between a node and a real page. With that, we finish the navigation tree and move on to the masks. Here as well, we can search and create new masks using the plus icon. We create a new mask named Test2. Now we define the type. We can choose between a burger menu, button navigation, or no navigation. We also define the position, top, right, or left. Additionally, we can define a prefix or suffix, and with access size, we can set the height and width. We can decide whether the menu should follow the theme or use custom colors. We can also add a logout button. We activate it for this example. Optionally, logos and labels can be added and customized in different positions. For the burger menu, there are special functions. We can add a headline, show or hide it, and adjust its color. For the button menu, there is the Underline Elements option. This highlights the currently active page. In this example, we stay with the burger menu. It is important to note that masks must be assigned to individual pages. We assign Test2 to the home page, and also to the page invoices. After saving, we open the preview. Now we see our new menu at the top. When we click on the home page, we land on the home page. The application appears as a subpage. Under the List node, we see our two lists. However, if we click directly on Lists, the defined placeholder page is loaded, since this is not an independent page. Of course, we could add additional pages here, or create a direct link back to the home page. You have now seen how navigation trees, nodes, and masks work together, and how complex menu structures can be built flexibly. This allows you to maintain full control over your navigation, even in larger projects.